my pink shorts.
I am gonna hate on your pink shorts.
Why?
I said I liked them.
Oh, they said you are going to hate on them. I'm touchy today, man.
You are touchy today.
It's been a day. I'm already eyeballing the whiskey. This is Whiskey Weights and Whey. I'm Chuck.
I'm Zach.
And today we have no topic. We're just going to talk about whatever comes to mind. First off, did you work out?
I did. I just finished up.
Nice. What all did you do today?
I did chest and some abs, a few miles, and some bag work.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good.
I did a lot of yard work.
I thought your neck looked red.
Yeah, I was trying to match my clothes and my skin.
Your shorts,
Yeah.
which are pink.
Yes, just like my skin right now.
Right.
Yeah. We need to pour a little bit of Long Branch.
Good old Long Branch. It's smooth.
I did like it. We need to do a tasting on the stream.
We do.
All right.
Chin chin.
Chin chin. Very good.
Very good.
So, how was your weekend?
You know,
Remember, if you want me to cut something,
I know.
tell me.
No, I mean, overall, there was aspects that were phenomenal.
Yeah.
So like Friday, we had, the company I work for, we have a similar company that does the same thing in Birmingham. So we partnered for a mental health night at the Barons game, which is really cool because, we set up these booths and, people can come talk and get educated about what we do and what services that are available in the community. And so that was a fun night. We got to go out and, I actually got to throw out the first pitch.
You did?
Yeah. So it was the first time I've been on a mound since 2009 when I last played college ball. I did not throw a strike. It was a little high, but I got it across the plate.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
I heard someone tell the story. It was a celebrity, I think. It's like there's no benefit to doing the first pitch. It's like either you do well and nobody remembers, or you bomb it and then you become a spectacle on YouTube or Instagram or something like that.
Right.
It's like there's no positive outcome for doing well.
There's not. And Katie, she does not come from an athletic background.
Mm-hmm.
She, it's like go sports about anything that goes on.
Didn't she have a short shirt that says that?
I think so. I think so. But she was like, how'd your first pitch go? Did you strike him out? I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, did you strike out the first batter? I was like, I didn't actually pitch in the game. Like I just threw out a ceremonial first pitch. She's like, oh, that's stupid. I'm like, yeah. So I thought you were going to have a batter and they were going to try to hit off of you. I was like, no.
They should. They should do that.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Have a ceremonial first pitch and a ceremonial first swing.
First at bat. Yeah. That'd be fantastic.
You get each team gets to pick one.
Yeah.
So like home team gets to pick the pitcher or the batter.
Other than that, man, no, I went out to the Sipsey. So I had planned to drive up to the Sipsey Wilderness and hike out to the Big Tree.
Where's that at?
Bankhead National Forest, North Alabama.
Okay.
It's about 2 hour 15 from here.
Yeah.
And the game plan was really just to spend a day out there because I have no service.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was going to wake up about 3:45, 4 a.m., drive up, spend the whole day. Got a call at midnight from the ER. So I had to go do a psych eval. And I could have punted it to the morning, but I was like, I'm not letting this job ruin another weekend.
Yeah.
Ever again. And so I got back home about 1:30 and couldn't sleep. So I just got up and the day was awesome. I didn't see a single soul in the entire park because it rained pretty much all day. And there's this real magical area when you get down to the Big Tree because you go down into this little canyon area.
Yeah.
It's got like a 100-foot waterfall, just moss all around. You could hear the thunder in the background, the lightning, the rain. It was just, man, it was perfect.
That sounds nice.
Yeah. I needed a day I need a weekend like that.
I need to go find me a day or two, go out in the woods and just
exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was your weekend?
Overall, not bad. Saturday we did the garage gym competition, which is, I think now it's worldwide. This guy started like 9 years ago when the home gym thing started getting pretty big. They
Mhm.
were putting together just anybody who wants to lift. We're not worried about depth on squat. We're not strict about form. It's just you lift it, you count it, have fun with it, kind of thing. And now he's built up a huge following, and he does them twice a year. And I think for every person who enters it, it gets $1 donated to specific charity. Oh, Special Olympics.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So, and he's got some big sponsors now. I mean, he's nearly 10 years into this.
You're right.
He's actually got us sponsors. He's a great guy. He's helps us set up our like host gym setup.
Right.
I think we had 9 people counting May.
Dude, when you show me the videos of May, like
Yeah.
my heart just melted.
Yeah,
That is so freaking precious.
we were headed up here, and I think the youngest person to ever compete in it was 3 or 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
So she'll be one of the youngest. I mean, she's not even 4 yet, but she did a broom handle stick.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot to unplug
It's okay. Bing bong, bing bong. That, you know what that is?
That's business.
That's the sound of business.
That's right.
That's the sound of money.
Yes. So we definitely are not going to be upset by that. But can you unplug it real quick in case somebody else comes in? Yeah, definitely not upset about business at the moment. That I'll talk about that on Sundays. But no, she did a broomstick squat, a broomstick bench, and I was like, she's strong enough because she's always out there picking up our medicine balls and stuff. So I got a 12-pound loadable dumbbell. She deadlifted it, and then
tick.
did you kill it? Don't just throw it on the floor. I don't want to get on me.
It's gone now. I don't know where it was. A baby one.
Ooh, bro. Ooh.
It's not gonna get on me. Well, it wasn't me.
I'm a baby when it comes to bugs.
Well, it's okay. Been sucking on me since yesterday, I guess. I did a thorough job. I picked off like 3 or 4 yesterday.
I ain't worried about it being on you. I'm worried about it being on my babies.
Do you want me to get my hands and knees and get it?
Where'd it go?
I don't know. It was a little baby one.
Little baby one. It'll grow into a big one.
It won't grow into a big one.
It's dead. Put a flashlight at. All right, we're back. I'm gonna put up something over it. It's like
technical.
Yes.
It's not bad.
No, you're good. All right, so yeah, just with the kids in here from time to time, I May would lose her mind if something was attached to her. But she picked up a loadable dumbbell and 12 pounds, and she was very excited about it. So I gave her an easy bar. She pulled it. She did really good. But I think 3 or 4 of our guys that came all set PRs. We had a really good day.
Awesome.
Yeah. I gotta edit it all together, post it, and upload it tonight, and then go submit individual forms for everybody who competed in it.
Yeah.
Just hope people don't say stupid shit on the internet, because people like to troll, and some of these people that did it are not like competition level people.
Right.
They don't normally do these lifts. This was
Right.
just for fun. And you got people out there who will make comments online just to strike up, a reaction.
That's all he wants.
Yeah. But the problem is I'm petty, and I am very, very willing to spend time commenting back, because also I know it boosts my stats on YouTube.
That's true.
If somebody says something stupid, I may argue with them even if I know I'm wrong,
Right.
because every time they come back with a comment, that just ticks up that.
I mean, you're not wrong about that.
So
as long as it doesn't bother you internally.
No, I'll get fired up about it sometimes, but like in the end of the day, I'll forget about it. But it does bother me, because you have people out there who'll make comments on people's posts that it will bother.
That's true.
And if one of my clients see the video I posted to them where I'm proud of them for hitting a new personal best, and then somebody comes on there and says, "Oh, they didn't use their legs properly, or they didn't brace properly," they're going to see that and they're going to like, "Well, maybe I shouldn't do that anymore." No, you just got to get better at it. And I've had clients who refuse to let me post like good things about them because they're scared of people.
The negative feedback.
Yeah.
And that's tough. I mean, and that's the unfortunate part about social media is it is a platform for anybody.
Yes.
And that's, you go back to like what's in your control and what can you manage. And for me, it's like I can manage my response to people. I can manage that I can speak more positivity and more confidence into people than the
Mhm.
negative comments are. So
That's kind of the reason why we built the gym the way we did,
yeah.
because um, we actually had one client when we first started off, and I'm trying to be as discreet about it as possible, but still tell her story. And she started off in our garage gym,
Hmm.
and she was very concerned about other people being around when she worked out. And,
Right.
so we did our best to accommodate. Alex and I both were training out of the garage, so I would just schedule my people at different times. We would,
Right.
uh, but we've slowly worked with her. She came to our other gym when there wasn't a lot of people. She's come to this gym when we actually had a few people. So
Yeah.
she's slowly getting better, and I feel like it's because she's concerned about what people are going to say about
Right.
her doing stuff, and we don't want that for any of our clients. So
Right.
we work really hard to build a comfortable setting, but at the same time, I'm trying to build a social media brand and
Right.
build this YouTube channel up so we can start making some extra income.
Right.
So I have to be careful about what I do post and what I don't post. When it's me, I don't care. I'll post it and then I'll just feed into the shit.
Right. Right. But I mean, I think it speaks to the type of gym that you have that mindset, and that you want people to be comfortable, and that you want people to
Hmm.
be confident in their abilities to come here and work out and better themselves.
Yeah.
Because that should never be a deterrent, and unfortunately it is.
Yeah.
But, because you see all these bullshit videos of people sneaking cameras and watching somebody. I was like, man, like, what are you doing? Like, they're in there trying to improve themselves, better
Hmm.
themselves, and you're out here talking shit like that. Like,
I like
come on.
to I like to think of myself of like the Walmart version of Joey Swoll. You ever seen his stuff?
I love Joey Sloan.
Like but the problem is I won't go out and initiate like he does, and he's so good at it, and he's so good at doing it in the best way possible,
Right.
where he's not being a dick. But
Right.
I feel like if I were to do that, like if it's on my stuff, I'm definitely 100% gonna call you out.
Right.
But if it's on somebody else's stuff, I'm like, I'm not gonna initiate or instigate
Right.
something that's not even related to me.
That's
But he
fair.
does a really good job of implementing himself into it and calling that person out. That's some of my favorite content.
I love it. It's fun.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun. And he does it with a kindness about
Yes.
him. And, he's sticking up for the people that need to be stood up for.
Yes. I think I want to start something that's just like be better, and just whenever someone comments something stupid, just
I
be
think,
better.
yeah, it's simple. I mean, because that takes away the pressure of having to think through a response,
Yeah.
or just be better, dude.
Yeah.
Or like say how you're better than that.
Hmm.
It makes it feel bad. Well, probably not a lot of people, but some
No,
people like that.
some do, but some don't.
Right. Because they want that interaction. They want you to feed into it. So the
Hmm.
more that you feed into it, the more they're coming back that hard. But if you shut it down real quick and they don't have any power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Just be better, bro.
Especially if there's someone who has the status or the credentials to possibly help a person get better,
Right.
but instead of being supportive or giving positive feedback or even constructive feedback is one thing, but just making snide remarks.
But going back to that comment, because through text you can't hear tone.
Well, for example, like my video that I'm dealing with someone right now, it was a deadlift video. I was doing a competition. I went 100% all out.
Yeah,
My
red
form
line.
was horrible on some of the events, but I was going to lay it all on the line to try to win.
Right.
Well, I posted it. I was proud of it. I hit 2 PRs in that event on stuff that I couldn't even break the ground off of the week before. And the comment was no leg drive was used in this video. Or no leg muscles were used in the making of this video.
Mm.
Pretty clear that he's being
That's
a
that's a,
dick.
that's a smart ass
Yeah,
comment. Yeah.
smart ass comment. Well, I started digging back and forth. Like initially, I started off. I was like, "Beg different." My glutes and hammies tell you otherwise. Just smart ass
Just
comment.
trying to be light in the mood.
Lighten the mood, but just kind of yeah. It kept going back and forth, and eventually, I looked at Alex. I said, "I'm going to be a dick." I started commenting like, I laid it out there. I was like, "Well, obviously, I need some help. You got some education. What's your degree in? What's your deadlift? What's your certifications? What's your background?" And he laid it all out. He had a lot
A lot of alphabets behind his
a
name.
lot of alphabets behind his name. He has a bigger deadlift than I do. But I laid it out after that. I was like, oh, okay, well, at least he knows what he's talking about. And I said, well, I still don't agree with you on certain things, but you clearly, with all that education, you can't read. Because I mean, I was going all out, 100%. Right. And what did he say? Said something stupid. No, I said, well, obviously you can't read with all that education. And I finished it with, I said, you could have said something more positive. Or I said, how about instead of being critical of people, you go make some educational content, help people get better, be better. And I thought that was going to be the end of it. He came back with, sorry, I've offended you. I said, no, you didn't offend me. Just don't agree with you.
Did he though?
I mean, he got me fired up. He didn't offend me. Okay. Because like, I know.
He got under he got under that pink skin.
He did get under the pink skin. Yes. Like, and I know I'm probably wrong on a little bit of it, but there's some things he's wrong on too. But at the same time, it all started with a dick comment.
Right. I mean, like he could have been educational about it and said, hey man, great effort. Mm-hmm. It looks like your form broke down. And then it could have been like, well, I was redlining. Yeah. We all know when we redline, our form takes it.
Oh, no. Eddie Hall, world's strongest man. He didn't break form when he set the world record.
He's the world's strongest man.
That's what his comment was, though. I was like, dude.
All right. One person, the greatest person to ever play the game.
He was one of like 5 snide comments on that post that just, I'm like, the other one was, I commented all of that because obviously it's going to help engagement. And one of them said, oh, his back started bowing. I was like, yeah, it did. Yeah. Okay. Somebody said, and then somebody replied, yeah, he went all out. Yeah. But going back to what I was getting at, I got way off because today's just been a bad day.
Yeah.
And that on top of a bad day just set me into a spin.
Oh, gotcha.
Because between getting eat up with weeds, because I spent all day pulling weeds, fixing the backyard, getting bit by spiders and bugs, and then dryer going out, finding 2 shingles in my backyard. So that means I got to get a new freaking roof, which I'm not excited about.
Right.
And then my tires are bald too, so I got to get some tires. Today, all this culminated. Is that the right word? Culminated today.
Yeah.
And then he wouldn't stop messaging me back. So I'm taking all my other frustration out on this one person.
I got you. Well, what's 2 things you're grateful for today?
Thank you. I needed that. Very grateful for my daughter because she has not felt well today. She's been kind of puny, but she said at least 4 times a day, you are the best daddy in the world and you are the best mommy in the world to my wife. So I've got the best daughters there is. I'll fight you tooth and nail if anybody says otherwise.
Better have your form right.
Even if my form shit, I'll take a hook to the chin, you know.
Number two,
my business, Ellison Fitness. This has been a blessing. I actually had a phone. So again, counteracting positive with the negative. I had a phone call today with Noah. He wants to get his son in here to start training. So, you know, I'm glad you did that. I needed that.
I don't know. And you know, for me too, dude. Like, I can get in such a negative spiral where, like, once you get there, you're looking through a negative lens, and everything that happens, even if it's semi-positive, you can find the negative in it.
Yes.
So, I mean, we talk about like cognitive reframing all the time. So a lot of times you're having to say, hey, let me detach emotionally from this day, from the situation, objectively look and say, hey, what are some positive aspects of my life right now? What's a positive of the situation? Like, positive situation, like, yeah, it was hard ass work to get your yard cleaned up, but now you have a good looking yard again.
Oh yeah.
You're going to be able to go out there and enjoy it.
Got the pool ready.
So it's just about like kind of detaching from the situation, looking at it through a different lens and saying, hey, I've got to challenge this negativity. Because as you know, and as Alex knows, as you saw me last Friday, and I apologize, Alex. I was not. I didn't mean to. I wasn't meaning to be mean. I was just in my head and like throwing down as hard as I can, and like during that workout and the sprints, and I was just like.
She didn't say anything, but she didn't say you were mean or anything. I was talking to her Friday night, and I forget, we did something Friday night. I think we went to dinner or something. But I said, yeah, me and Zach are talking about doing the podcast. She goes, is Zach okay? I was like, Yeah, he's fine. What? She goes, "Hey, he didn't speak to me, and I could see that he had a lot on his mind."
That was it.
I said,
I just came
"Well,
in. I mean, because it was just like, man, I was trying to take a half day off of work, and just work came back to me, and I was just like, so I just laid it out Friday when I work out my sprints. I was
Yeah.
just like, I sat down there in the corner. And when Alex pulled up, I was just trying my best not to throw up. I was just like, you got to hold it together. You don't need to throw up in front of Alex.
That may be what it was.
Yeah.
You were just in the focus or in the mindset.
Yeah,
You were trying not to.
Because I mean, I hit it hard Friday.
Oh, gotcha.
So,
Well,
but yeah, I mean, but that's for me. It's like, even like on the shittiest days, I will go through like journal prompts. Even if I already journaled throughout the day, I'll come back and say, hey, what was the highlight of my day? And I'll write that out, and I'll say, what were 3 positive things that happened today? And the last one is like, what's an area of improvement?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, hey, my highlight could have been, hey, I just got a hard workout in.
Yeah.
You know, 3 positive things, like I showed up for work, I petted my cat today, you know, like whatever it is. And then areas of improvements is like, hey, you know, looking at the entirety of my day, what was something I could have improved upon? And a lot of times it's like I could have responded more appropriately here, or I could have regulated that anger a little bit more, a little bit quicker. I could have used you know, all that kind of stuff. But like breaking it down and putting it on paper, it really does just detach you from it, and you can look at it through a different lens. Like,
see, well, I don't do it with like writing it down and everything, and I think that would be a benefit for me to add in. But I do know at night when I'm getting settled, relaxing, you know, kids are asleep, Alex is laying down, going to sleep, and I'm trying to collect my thoughts for the day. Most of the time, I pray. I'm a religious person. I don't try to push it on anybody, but if it comes up, I'll definitely, you know, promote it. Because like even if I got friends who are atheists, I got friends who hate just religion in general, like beyond atheists. But I still, even if the conversation comes up, I try to promote it in a you know, in a non-pushy way.
Right.
But prayer, it helps me a lot. And even when I have a really bad day, like tonight, if we wouldn't have had this conversation, I'd probably be laying there. It's like, thank you for what you've given me. I appreciate this, because I have had some eerily specific prayers answered. To the point where, like, if I try to deny it now, I might get struck down.
Right. But no, and I think prayer and like meditation and just knowing that there's something higher than yourself, and looking at it as like, hey, I'm a small piece of this puzzle, kind of deal. And I think that's important for a lot of people. You know, and you look at the wheels of wellness, and spirituality in itself is a part of that pillar. So,
you know, speaking things into existence and stuff like that. That just reminded me of a video I watched today. Have you seen Sinbad lately? The comedian?
No.
So Alex is speaking in things in existence as part of the conversation that he was having with somebody. So Alex was watching a video on TikTok, and it was him walking out, and he was struggling to walk. You know, he looked like he was 90 years old. And I was like, I didn't think he was that old. I was like, maybe in his late 70s, early 80s. I don't know. But I looked it up. He was 67. And he was not presenting himself as early in the 60s.
Yeah.
And so we looked at it. The video, once he got sat down and started talking, he started talking about how he used to, as a comedian, joke about strokes. And he made the comment, you know, I spoke that into existence, and he had a stroke. So even the bad things. And I started looking at Alex. I said, we're gonna have 100 new members tomorrow. We're gonna have 100 new members tomorrow.
But it is, I mean, it's true. It's like the way that you speak to yourself and the way that you speak about your existence and your path, like that plays a huge role in it.
Yes.
You know, like our conscience illuminates what we focus on.
And I do believe a lot is what you put out, you get back.
Yeah.
So it's another reason why I like to give people who are difficult times.
But in a sense, are you also putting back some negativity out there?
I'm the negative return that they're putting out.
Okay. Now we have to go into ego, now we're going to have to.
I am being a tool used to strike down negativity with negativity.
A little grandiosity here, but okay.
Look, I am very Somebody called me egotistical one time. I said, no, I'm just very confident in the little bit that I know.
Right. I mean, the ego is a very finicky thing.
Yeah.
And it's one of
I have been called narcissistic a lot.
not a narcissist.
Well, somebody pointed out me and Alex favor a lot, and now I dig into the narcissist thing. I'm like, yeah, I found a female version of me.
Y'all don't even
we don't favor it, in my opinion. The only thing is like we have similar like shaped nose or something.
Dude, I wouldn't even give y'all there's clusters of personality disorders.
Yeah.
Like, so narcissistic personality disorder, like you have to hit like 5 of these criteria, and like don't even come close to any of those.
No, I've been called that typically by jaded exes. And then a couple of clients who I like to pick on.
Narcissism gets thrown out there a lot.
Yeah.
And like a true narcissist is hard to come by.
I know
everybody's got some personalities, but
I know of one, and it was a family member, and it's difficult to deal with, but I'm definitely not going to go into that because I don't even want to risk,
and you shouldn't,
causing any more drama than we already have.
Right.
But it's fun when I have clients that know who I am personally, but then I can pretend to, and like jokingly pretend like, oh yeah, I'm full of myself, even though I know I'm really
right.
not.
There's a difference between like ego's good.
Yeah.
You just got to learn how to manage it and keep it balanced, and pride is a double-edged sword.
Yes.
Like pride could be something that's really great because you're going to be disciplined in your hard work. You're going to be a team player.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to take pride in what you do here at the gym, how you present yourself, but also pride, you can get past that point where like, oh, now I'm arrogant.
Yeah.
Now I'm too cocky and start slacking off on shit that you should be doing. So you've got to find that perfect balance. Like pride can be a useful tool.
I tell you, getting into the friend group I have in sports has knocked all the pride that I have out when it came to strength and just anything gym related.
Right.
So prior to us starting Ellison Fitness, in my mind, I thought if I did a strongman competition with guys in my weight class that I would just dominate. I am way stronger now than at that time.
Yeah.
And I get my ass handed to me on a regular basis by guys smaller than me, a lot smaller. It was just, I was always stronger than the people that I hung out with.
Right.
But it was because I prioritized health and fitness.
Right.
I went to the gym 5-6 days a week, and I would go party afterwards with them, but I was the only one that was going to work out before or even after sometimes. So I thought in my head, I'm that 1%. And then you see these videos on TikTok where like, if you bench 225, you're in the 1 percentile of the world. I'm not even the top 60% of my friend group, and my bench is 405.
But that means that you're hanging out with the right people.
That's right. But
you want to hang out with people that are going to better you.
But I want to make a video where I go around, because almost everyone in my gym, minus maybe 3 people that I know, 225 or more bench. Like I got a 60-year-old, or no, he's in his 50s, 50-year-old man who's him and his son work out with me.
Yeah.
He benched 245 the other day.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, it seems to be super rare, but all it takes is just a little bit of dedication.
Effort.
And then you're considered top 1% of the strength community.
But what does that tell you about the mindset of the world right now? Or people in general?
We're in a very dark place.
We're lazy. I think we live in a world that's like instant gratification. So like we want to be the best, but we don't want to put the effort into it.
We are eerily close to a Wall-E world. You know what I'm talking about?
Like Walmart?
No.
I'm just kidding. I know what you're talking about.
I mean, you might not. I have kids, so I know all about it. But
I do know about the Wall-E world.
Yeah, like living in a chair that feeds us, does all our bodily functions for us.
I just can't do that.
No. This is probably the most unhealthy thing that we do between the two of us.
But even in my I'm a fan of moderation.
Yes.
If you can limit your alcohol, I think that's key.
Yeah.
Like don't let it affect your everyday life. Don't
Mhm.
let it affect like the goals that you want. And some people just can't even have a little bit. They're like, hey, I got to,
Mhm.
and that's fine. Everybody's a little bit different, but I'm a big fan of stoicism, and part of like the four pillars is saying, hey, like temperance, like
Yeah.
kind of be moderate in all the things.
Just know your limits on a lot of things too.
Right.
Like um during COVID, when everything shut down, Alex lost her job. We were back to down to one income, and it was so we bought a house late 2018. We bought two new cars in 2018. Like 2018 was a great year for us.
Right.
Go Trump. But no, the 2018 year was a great year for us. We were both doing really well in work. She had started a new job where she had benefits and everything else. And we moved down to Calera, got out of the city, so we were saving money there. And then pandemic hit, early 2020, shut down her job. My job, thankfully, I didn't get furloughed. I was like the only person on my team that didn't get furloughed.
Yeah.
So I was able to maintain everything. I did take a pay reduction for like 2 months, but I was still able to cover all the
Yeah.
bills and like all the important stuff like food and stuff. And I looked at Alex. I said, "We've got to save money, so we're going to cut out a lot of things. One thing that I'm going to cut out is alcohol." And just so happened she found out she was pregnant at the same time, so it worked out.
Right.
I had no issues cutting out alcohol. I also had no issues going back to it when we started, but it wasn't like I was craving it or,
Right.
when she got pregnant the second time, I had drink still, but if she didn't want to drink, I had no problem saying no.
Right.
There are people that can't. And
Yeah.
that's when they knowing the difference between needing it and wanting it,
Right.
you are that one step closer to self-realization, I guess,
Hmm.
and working towards moderation.
Right. And I think awareness and self realization, actualization is like it's one of those things where like it's hard to come by. But
Yeah.
once you start becoming aware, you can't unsee it.
Mm-hmm.
And so like you can't go back and navigate yourself back to the person that you were before you understood a concept. And
Yeah.
after that, it's just like, man, it's tough.
Yeah.
That's good though, man, because like I think we fail often to have those real conversations with ourselves and saying, hey, I'm aware that this is an issue, or
Mhm.
I'm aware that this needs to change. And we just kind of mask it because we just don't want to, because change is hard. And we
Mhm.
don't want to take the effort to make ourselves uncomfortable,
Oh,
even for a little bit.
and I guess that's another thing that I don't mind sharing my stories if it helps somebody else.
Yeah.
Like I remember the exact day I learned what's too much. It was my birthday, and I woke up on the second floor balcony of our apartment. Outside, no wife, no fiance, no dog, nothing in the house. The next morning, I really thought I was single again because I remembered like bits and pieces of the night before, and that was when I called Alex. I was like, "Hey, where you at?" She goes, "You don't remember last night." That's when it hit me. I was like, I need to understand when I have had too much.
Right.
I don't think I've I don't think I've gotten trashed since then. And in my mind, trashed like blacked out, drunk,
Yeah.
not knowing how to react. Since then, I don't drink beyond being able to talk to a police officer.
Right.
Like that's my goal is if I get in a situation where even if I'm not like I'm not talking about drinking and driving, I'm talking about like perfect example, her class reunion, cops showed up because somebody did something stupid and like
Right.
OD'd in the bathroom.
Right.
So we had to call the emergency services,
Hmm.
but I was able to clearly, coherently explain what happened.
Right.
And that's always been my personal goal. Is like, if something stupid happens, like somebody else gets hurt, I need to be able to still compose myself enough to help them.
Absolutely.
And that's where now I know my limit to,
Yeah.
if I start feeling that point where I can't handle a stressful situation, I stop.
Right. That's the thing is like, especially in like today's world, like there's always that chance of shit's going to go down,
Yes.
and I don't know about you, but I carry. And so it's kind of
Mhm.
one of those things where like, I don't want to be in a situation where I couldn't defend myself coherently
Yeah,
if need be, or like
exactly.
assess a situation, be able to speak to law enforcement, first responders, or
Hmm.
anything like that if shit were to go down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've all had one of those moments of like, something needs to change.
Yeah.
I think I can't remember the exact time, but it's been years and years ago. It was margaritas. I went way too hard on margaritas and just like came home, just don't remember anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I remember like the next day just feeling not only physically terrible, but terrible just in the sense of like not knowing what I said, not knowing what I did. And I remember taking 30 days after that, cold turkey, no nothing.
Yeah.
And so,
And being able to do that says a lot about you. You're like the addictive personalities.
right.
Like there's no way if somebody's like has that addictive personality, there's no way they can just say, all right, I'm done.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
done. And that's why I would hate to ever get to a point where anything is in control of me.
Yes.
Like whether it be my job, a substance, you know, a relationship, whatever. I want to be able to be my own person and be in control. And a lot of people just don't have that. Can't. And so, you know, sometimes it's important to say, hey, I'm going to cut out alcohol for 15, 30 days just to make sure I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good to be able to gut check yourself and know that you're above it.
100%. All right. I think this was a good episode talking about, especially with like personality issues, dealing with stressful situations and addictive substances. So I guess I'll end it on a serious note.
Yeah.
If anybody is struggling with anything, there's always people out there that will help you.
Right.
We would be happy to talk to you, help you in the best way we can. So if you feel like you need to talk about something, comment below.
Yeah.
And then we will finish this strong.
Yeah.
Remember, nobody cares.
Train harder.
Last